What's up, guys? Welcome to Organic Adventures. Of course, we are continuing with our conversation today. So we want to sort of dig deep into this world of herbal medicine and see at least how you can be able to benefit, use your locally available plants. You can benefit for your own use. So of course we continue the conversation with Mr. Moses Gichoya. So he's been doing this herbalist for quite a while now. So he's sort of going to explain to us how he started and how the journey has, how the journey has continued since you started. So you can sort of tueleze tu venye ulianza and then how you started mpaka ukaanza sasa herbal medicine.
Yes, I started very humbly. I went to college in a place called Ahiti Kabete.
Okay.
And I did a subject known as range management. Range management is looking after animals in dry and semi-arid areas.
Okay.
And mostly in dealing with plants. Knowing the good plants that can be good for the animals, the ones which are poisonous, and the ones which are profitable, which can be cultivated, which are natural. And at that time, I didn't think that I would become a herbalist. No,
but it was nowhere near your imagination.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted, in fact, when I joined Tahiti, I thought I was going to do range management. I thought it meant wildlife. But then, when I realized that it meant looking after animals in semi-dry areas and arid areas, then I took interest in the job and the training. Now, after working for the government for 33 years in range management, I retired in the year 2002. At that time, I was still energetic. And I thought I could still continue working for private farms.
Okay.
I started a zero grazing unit for my uncle in Gong, where I stayed for about 2 years. After that, I worked for somebody else in Karen, also a zero grazing unit.
Okay.
And from there, I met a certain lady who had a farm, an idle farm in Keno, in Thika. And then she told me that we could work together on that farm because she was dealing with aloe vera and Artemisia annua. She was growing those two specific plants.
Okay.
And they are herbals. So I joined her, and we had also some animals for manure. We had pigs, we had a few livestock. I stayed there for about 3 years. And after that, I became interested in herbs.
In the herbs. So after working
on that farm, I became interested. They had a company that they were dealing with those herbs, and the chairman was a herbalist even today, and he is my mentor.
Nice.
So we still work together even today because he's experienced. He's an expert. He works in his clinic is in Gikomba. So after leaving that place, before I left, I decided that I should join a herbal organization. And I joined Kenya Herbalist Association.
Okay.
I'm a member of that association.
So this is where you get to learn different things about herbs.
Now I knew that I could not only rely on my mentor or other herbalists.
Get the knowledge,
So to get the knowledge, I had first to learn about a computer.
Okay.
Although it was difficult for me.
But at least you took that initiative.
In a village here in Magina, there was a school for computers, and I joined. And people are making fun of me because it was elimu ya gubaru.
Brilliant. Yes, that was a brave move.
Yes. So I joined that school of computers, and I learned how to operate a computer and how to go to the internet. Now, it was easier for me to know plants because I knew the botanical language and I used to collect samples and take them to JQuat
Yeah.
and for identification. Also, from the books that I read, I've got one known as Kikuyu Botanical Dictionary by Mr. Gashadi, which is very self-explanatory. It has the names in Kikuyu
Yeah.
and then in botanical names. So I could know the plants, the ones I know in Kikuyu, I could read them from the internet in
The
botanical language.
Yeah.
Yes, so I used to, even today what I do is that if I get the plant, I take notes as if it's homework. I do my notes, I do some research
Yes.
on these plants,
Yeah.
and where I don't know, I consult.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can say sort of I've seen your work, the way you said you learned about computers. I've seen how you take that initiative to make sure you are learning every single day.
Yes.
So for you, I guess you took that initiative that you wanted to know more about herbs and how they can benefit one another. So for you, when you meet with someone on the road, mpatana tu kwa njia, unasemanga unafanyanga kazi gani?
When we are dealing with herbs, unaitwa daktari.
You're a doctor.
And I have got two doctors because I'm a doctor of veterinary and a doctor of herbs. Kwa hivyo watu wengi wananiita daktari.
Okay.
Although the word doctor is somebody who is more qualified.
Yeah, so
that's a local person's language, daktari. So my main aim is to educate people.
Okay.
Because most of the problems you have with the most diseases is lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And we have got all the medicine. God created the world and He put some medicine. All these plants, you have seen them. They are medicinal.
Yeah.
Everything has got something to do with medicine or to help the body.
Yeah.
There are some, if you take them in excess, you harm yourself.
Yeah.
But if you take them moderately,
yeah.
now you are okay.
Excuse me.
Now, for example, we have got maize.
Yeah.
Maize is a common food. You can take the cereals, but most people will take it to the machine to remove the cover.
Yeah.
And the cover is the one which helps the body. It has got a lot of fiber, and the fiber is very necessary to the body.
Yeah.
So you take the whole maize, have it ground into flour, and then you take medicine and food.
Yeah.
Because you can be a doctor of yourself by eating the right thing.
Yeah.
But if you change it, now you are taking ravages. You are not helping yourself. Okay, the maize itself, you can take the maize cob, the maize silk.
Yeah.
That silk is medicinal. It helps the urinary system.
Okay.
So you can dry it, grind it into powder form, and then take it. It helps your urinary system, especially those people who are unable to control their urine. So you can take that one, and it will help you in controlling the way you pass your urine.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah. So you've sort of said clearly that knowledge is, most
It's
of the
power.
people, most people lack. So mostly we don't have that knowledge
Yes.
that this particular kind of plant can heal this kind of disease.
Yes.
So as you go by your day activities, how do you discover that a given crop, can be used for a certain medicine? For example, I didn't know that blackjack can be used as, a medicine.
Yes.
So how do you go that by discovering certain plant can be used for this kind of medicine? Is there a process you go by, or how do you know?
Okay, yes. Let me say that I'm self-taught mostly. What I do, I've got a lot of books.
Yeah.
And once I read those books and I do my research, I find this plant can help in this disease, I take notes.
Okay.
So I'm taking notes so that I can have reference for most common diseases. But there are some other diseases that I won't try to treat because they need more expertise.
Yeah.
But also I consult.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mostly for you, you refer from books, different materials that have been written, not going to, let's say you go to a given plant, you take it to the lab, for other people to go and see their, their benefits?
Yes, at least I've gone to Kemri and I've gone to JQuat, but as time goes by, maybe I'll have to look for my own plants and know what they contain. But so far, I'm only dealing with what has been researched.
Yeah, what is there?
Yes.
So, in your dealings, obviously, you've come across a lot of plants and herbs that are so powerful in medicinal. So, if there was that one plant that, if someone came to you and talked to you and asked you to recommend a given kind of plant that you think can be so helpful to a given particular person and can be able to control a lot of diseases, what is that one plant that you can be able to recommend?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer with one word. Because like now, for example, here in our place, we have got a lot of stinging nettle.
Yeah.
And stinging nettle is a very important plant. People don't know about it.
Yeah.
Or they ignore it. Because one thing, if you approach it, it will sting you. Now, stinging nettle, first we have to know what diseases are the common diseases that we have.
Yeah.
What are the problems that we have in our place? We have mostly blood pressure. We have diabetes. We have arthritis. Those are the major 3 diseases. And now, currently, cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer has become so common, very common.
Everyone is talking about it.
It's talking about cancer, going to eat deer, harambes every now and then.
Yeah.
And these are some of the things there are some things that we can do to prevent such things. Like now, for example, you start taking sodas. Sodas will destroy your liver. They will destroy your kidney. Right. Because the sugars they are using are industrial sugars. And those are they are refined with chemicals. Yeah. And those chemicals get into your body. They have residue effects. Yeah. They destroy your organs. Then how can you survive?
Very hard.
And even if you are told, sometimes you don't know. With women, you go to bus stage, you find people selling juices. Yeah. And they aim it at the child that you are holding. Yeah, mtoto, mama nunulia mtoto, this one is very nice, hii ni juice mzuri, this one is very nice. And they are chemicals, they are not juices, they are not original, they are chemicals. So what you can do if you want to take juices, take the fruits, natural fruits. Yeah. And now again, the problem is, those fruits, most of them have been sprayed with chemicals. Yeah, that's okay. No, what we have to do is to train people. Sometimes I take farmers here in my place. I train them, I give them training at a small fee. And then I teach them how to avoid such things. I show them how to make some organic pesticides. Yeah. I show them how to make organic manure, compost manure, all these things. Because I've got a herbal garden, I plant those plants which are good for making pesticides, for making compost manure. So when they come, I teach them, I show them. And even if I visit people at their home or their places, mimi nawafundisha, naonyesha hii naweza saidia hii. This one can help this one can detoxify your body. Don't take this one is not good. And such things like sugar, you should not be taking sugar because we have got natural sugars like stevia, which are good, they are medicinal and they are sweet. If we just want sweetness, and they can be even used by people with diabetes. Yeah. Yes. Very, very easy medicine, easily available. Yes. And very cheap, I guess, compared to the normal of course, sugar that you can get on the shelves. Yes. So, according to you, why do you think people should turn away from industrial medicine and go for herbal medicine? Is there a huge difference you can see? If you are to advise someone, would you advise someone to switch to herbal medicine rather than going to the industrial medicine? Well, and why? Let's say pharmaceuticals, they have got their benefits and their disadvantages. Also, herbs have got their advantages and disadvantages. Because nowadays, herbalists have become so many. Because one thing, the pharmaceuticals have become very expensive. But herbs are a bit cheap. And even today, people without any knowledge, people who don't want to know, they just take their any herb without knowing the side effects of it.
Yeah.
They will treat people. I think the government should take steps and have more interest in herbal medicine and open up trainings. Let's say county governments, they put emphasis on herbal medicine, prevention of diseases, good habits of eating, because lifestyle diseases are the ones which are really causing problems with people today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally from the word lifestyle diseases. So it's how people live
and how they eat.
Yeah, that causes this kind of diseases.
Yes.
So you've been practicing, herbalism. You say you're still a student.
Yes.
So you're also, learning and trying to see new herbs that you can use.
Yes.
So in terms of treating people and helping someone, is there, a certain kind of diseases you've treated someone and have actually seen a change when giving them medicine?
Yes. Let's say, for example, arthritis.
Yeah.
Arthritis, you have to eat foods that have got calcium, because sometimes there are different types of arthritis, more than 100 different types of arthritis.
Yeah.
There are some which are born with, they are inborn.
So it's genetic.
Genetic. Yeah. So some you have just to prevent the pain. I've got a product that I have researched on.
Yeah.
And in most cases, I use it myself. Before I give it to somebody else, I do myself. I make myself a guinea pig. So I try and I try it on myself. I've got a product here for arthritis. It is for relieving pain. I call it Herbal. You just smear it on the paining parts. It is very effective because it gives instant relief.
Instant relief.
Instant relief of pain.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if you want to try it, you can get it and you try it. It's very, very useful because with arthritis, sometimes it takes time to cure. And sometimes you cannot cure it.
Okay.
Because it is a process. It is a wear and tear process, especially with the joints.
Yeah.
And sometimes you are told to eat, and with age, as you are aging, your body is not able to replace the cells that are wearing out, or to manufacture cells that are wearing out in the same rate or ratio as they are wearing out. So you just relieve the pain by using such products like this one. There are many of them, but this one is organic. Everything that I've used to make this one, it's organic.
So
there are no chemicals.
When someone actually uses that, what exactly happens to their system? Does it have certain effect to the system when someone applies it?
Yeah, to relieve the pain, the nerves must report to the brain that you are feeling pain. So what happens when you use this product? It nubs the nerves.
Yeah.
So the nerves don't send messages that you are feeling pain. So it relieves. Again, swelling or inflammation inside the muscles causes the nerves to feel pain. So it has got a product inside which makes the inflammation disappear. And so the nerves are set free. So you don't have that pain, you don't feel that pain.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and another thing that I think we cannot avoid to talk about, obviously everyone is talking about it, is cancer.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of herbalists talk about cancer that it can be. They say they can treat cancer with their given kind of diseases that they have. So, according to you, what causes cancer, and do you think herbal medicine can do something about it?
With cancer, there are very many different types of cancers.
Yeah.
Like now, for example, let's talk about prostate cancer. Because today, prostate cancer with men is very common. It's killing a lot of men.
Yeah.
There are some products that one can use to prevent cancer. Let's say prostate cancer. Let's say, for example, prostate cancer, there are urinary systems, let's say the urethra which passes the urine through the prostate gland to the exit.
Yeah.
And once there's the age comes in, after 40-45 years and above for men, the prostate gland starts to enlarge.
Yeah.
Enlargement is not inflammation. It gets enlarged because the cells grow faster, and so it starts to enlarge.
The older you get, the cells get to grow faster.
Yeah, with age. Okay. And now what happens? It blocks the urethra, and urethra is the passage for the urine.
Yeah.
And you know urine is uchafu wa mwili. It's the dirt from the body.
Yeah.
So when the urine is blocked, it starts accumulating, and the bacteria that are being exited from the body are stopped there. So it starts getting infection. Also, you can get infection from the outside, and they get in. Once the gland is infected, if it is not treated, it becomes cancerous. Once it is cancerous, then you have two types of cancers. You have benign cancer and you have malignant cancer. Benign cancer, you have that gland removed. Okay. And once it is removed, maybe you get cured. If it is malignant, then it moves from that place to the other parts of the body.
Okay.
And so sometimes it becomes difficult to cure. But if it is noticed or realized early enough, you can
there
get it.
There are certain herbal medicine that one can take.
There are some herbal medicines. For example, like this one is saul palmetto. This one is from America. I get it from America.
Yeah.
And we have got pumpkin seeds. These ones are common.
Yeah.
Pumpkin seeds. These ones, if you use them,
and the way we throw them away.
These are very good. They have a lot of zinc, and that gland needs a lot of zinc. So once you use these ones, you loosen the cells of the prostate gland.
Okay.
And so the urine passes freely. So you don't have that swelling, and you don't have that problem. And again, you can take, there are some fruits, let's say seeds like apricot seeds.
Yeah.
If you break the apricot seed, the hard seed, and you get the one inside, it has got a lot of B17. Okay. And that B17 is very useful for treating cancer. Yes.
There's also one thing you mentioned earlier, that cancer is not a disease, it's a condition.
Yes.
Can you sort of explain
according to my understanding, cancerous cell is a cell that lacks some sort of oxygen. If it lacks that oxygen, it steals from the natural cells, the good cells.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It steals that oxygen from it. The oxygens travel in two. So if it steals one, the other cell becomes cancerous.
Okay.
So if you can supply it with the needed oxygen, it becomes normal cell. So it's a condition of the cells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not a disease.
Yeah.
And also you just mentioned about urine. I've actually had some guys suggesting that urine is
medicine.
It's medicinal, and you just say it's actually a waste that the body excretes. So what's your opinion on that? Is it medicinal or just waste?
I've heard of that too, but I've not tried it.
So you can't recommend?
I can't recommend that one.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and there's also one thing I've noticed about you is that most people actually cannot guess how old you are right now. if we told them to guess, they can't guess. So there's also a trend, people from your age, they live longer than us, frankly saying. So what is the difference? What was the difference from you guys, what you used to do, and what we are doing right now? What is the difference that you're noticing that you can actually give us advice that we can also at least live?
Let's say, in most cases today, is lifestyle. Lifestyle. Because, for example, you want to take sugar, you want to take sausages, you want to take canned beef, all these things. And once you are told that don't use these foods, you say, no, they are very sweet, I can't do without them. So you continue. If you are told don't take a lot of salt, because the food you are eating has got enough salt.
Yeah.
The food you are eating, let's say for example, now here we have got chia seeds. Chia seeds is this one is organically grown.
Yeah.
And once you take chia seeds, it has got a lot of benefits because it has got even omega-3, which is more than that of salmons.
Okay.
Omega-3.
Yeah.
And omega-3 helps the body to build its resistance to diseases.
Yeah.
It boosts your immune system. Yeah. So if you take this omega-3, these chia seeds, they have got this omega-3. You can even give your child, especially when she's growing or he is growing, because it helps the brain to grow. And huyo mtoto anakuwa very sharp.
Yeah.
Sababu nini yake, memory yake iko.
Yeah.
Na wazee kama sisi, memory it doesn't deteriorate fast.
Faster, yeah.
It deteriorates but not as fast.
The slower rate.
Yeah, it is slow. Again, the way we eat, the food we eat, we used to eat ndoma, gouache. But today you want to eat bread, you want to eat eggs, you take 5 eggs, sausages, you know, and those ones are doing harm to your body because they are adding cholesterol to your body. Sasa, you take a lot of cholesterol, you have cholesterol in your system, it blocks the veins. And once the veins are blocked, you don't have enough oxygen in your system, in your body. And your organs need the supply of oxygen.
Yeah.
And your brain, because that's why you fight people getting strokes, you fight people getting some other diseases, because they lack that oxygen. Okay. And once you tell a young man like you, I tell you not to smoke. Tell me, why should I not smoke? Yeah. My father was smoking, he smoked for 50 years and he's still alive. Yeah. But you don't know the harm you are doing to yourself. Yeah. Because that smoke, that nicotine, you cover the alveoli in your lungs. Yeah. And then you don't have enough oxygen when you breathe in. Yeah. So you are straining yourself for nothing. Okay. Once you lack oxygen in your body, you lack everything. Yes.
So it's basically our lifestyle, the way, nowadays we don't exercise. Yeah. Better, our foods are not any good than yours used to be. Yes. So it's more of how we're living right now.
Of course.
And the difference you guys used to have. Yes. So as a herbalist, what are some of the challenges that you think you're facing?
One thing, the challenges are very common and very many. For example, like myself, I've told you that I was a vet. Yeah. And in my village, even the Bible says, Munabii hana sifa kwao nyumbani. Because people will ask, how can Moses tell us that he's a herbalist, he's a doctor of herbs? And we know him as a vet. But they don't understand, as I have explained, that when I was in college, I studied plants. I did some botany. And now I'm putting that knowledge into practice in humans instead of in animals. So most people will not accept my teachings or my practices. But then those who have experienced will preach me, will take my word to other people. Okay. Yes.
So mostly it's the fact that most people don't want to recognize the fact that you can actually give them a solution to the challenge they are facing. Yes. And I also get some guys complaining about the government. Is that true in your case? That the government doesn't want to recognize what they're doing in terms of it's even harder for them to get certificates or such a kind of a thing. Is it the same case to you?
Of course, sometimes it is difficult to be, because what happens is that currently you have to have your product and have it passed by relevant government bodies so that you can be given a license to operate. Yeah. So you have to fulfill those requirements. Yeah. And it is good. I support that because we have got very many quacks. You find somebody working with a jelly can, some medicine and telling you, you have got a headache, take this one. You have got cancer, take this one. I can even cure any incurable disease. So it's, I think it should be
for you it's a fair thing.
Yeah, it's a fair thing to do that.
It should be encouraged.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we finish up, what is that one message that you can tell to the people out there?
Yes, I think it is good for people to understand and to be knowledgeable about herbal medicine, because sometimes what people take to be herbal, the problem is that some people take herbal medicine to be uchawi, to be something to do with superstition and such things. You know, there are some herbalists who do that, but the real good herbalists with good intentions have got some can treat some incurable diseases. And what there is that we should encourage people to learn what is good for them and what is not good for them. Especially, you know, most of the plants that we have are medicinal, and even some of these pharmaceuticals, they take their medicine from the herbs. Like, for example, we have got moiri, we call it moiri prunus africana. That one is very good for cancer, and we have got it everywhere. And we have to explain to people so that they can take it, and at least they will be helped by that. We have got very many potatoes. You can sweet potatoes. You can have the leaves. You take them as your vegetables. They are medicinal. We have got all of these things that can assist us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's up to people now to get to appreciate the work that traditional medicine or herb medicine can do to them. Yeah. So for you now, as you continue this journey of herbal medicine, what is the bigger picture for you? Ukiangalia mbele, unaona unataka nini ifanyike?
Vile mimi nataka ni kama we have got now the county governments. I think we should emphasize on herbal medicine, so that it can be part and parcel of the Ministry of Health. I think now we have gone with the Ministry of Health has taken over the herbal medicine, even registration, and it should be emphasized so that all people in the villages, those who claim to be herbalists should be known,
given a chance,
and they should be given that chance. They should be given trainings, seminars, so that they can have more experience, more knowledge, so that they can assist people in the villages.
Yeah. So in terms now for your personal achievements, do you see yourself, going to be sort of a professional herbalist? Do you want to establish a center for you to, cure people's diseases? What does the picture look for you in terms of the bigger picture?
The idea with me, or the let's say, for me, I don't anticipate to be a very big or very famous herbalist as such, but I would like to train people on better ways of avoiding getting sick.
Okay.
My aim is to advise people with the little that I know on what to do so that they don't get sick, so that they don't go to hospitals, so that they don't need even those herbal medicines. Because when you are eating good, you are eating herbal, and when you are eating herbal, you are eating good. So you don't have to be, to be a professional. You just be taught. You are told, don't eat this, eat this. Take this one, don't take this one. And if you follow those instructions, then you don't need to go to the hospital.
Okay.
Yes.
Sawa. Asante sana. I think that has been a good one.
Yes.
Asante sana kwa kutukaribisha katika nyumba yako.
Nimeshukuru sana.
Furahia sana.
Nafikiri your encounter will help some other people.
Of course, yeah. That's the whole point. To make as many people as possible to be knowledgeable about this kind of information. Yes.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Asante
sana.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining us for today's episode. I hope there was a lot of value from this particular episode. You've seen that we still have a lot of crops that we can use to our advantage, and we should actually embrace biodiversity in whatever we do. For example, did you know that you can actually use blackjack as medicine? So those are some of the things that I think we do not know. We do not have that particular kind of knowledge, and they can actually be sort of advantageous to ourselves. So there was a lot of value from this particular episode. I told you earlier to pick up your notes, so I hope you did that. Remember, this conversation will continue on our social media platforms. Leave your comments below. Let us know how the episode has been. What did you learn from this particular episode? And then we will, of course, continue with this conversation. Remember to also follow us across our social media platforms. That is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to our podcasts. So remember, in our trivia in this week on Organic Quest, we are asking who is an herbalist. So in this particular week on Organic Quest, we are asking who is a herbalist. If you think you know the answer to that question, remember to leave it on the comment section down below, and of course we will pick up a winner who will be able to get an organic gift hamper from one of our sponsors. So till next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be organic.